ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
You put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Yeah, I keep it in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies, make money, money.
Hard out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go, money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you. And oh yeah, we got another fantasy Q&A session, smoke session. Get your questions in. Let's see who's up in the chat. Shout out to Doe, who's up in here first. He said, any drafts today? Yes, sir. 6 p.m. West Coast time. It's the Airheads division. For anyone on YouTube, I threw the link in there. Toyota one in the house. What up? What up? All right, let's see. Let's get a little wake and bake going. Think well, while it's a little slow, I think it might be time for me to work on my top 25 IDPs so I can work on that video. Let me see. Let me get it pulled up over here. Let's see. I made it all the way to number 16, so I'm more than halfway there. Man, it gets kind of tough though. The last like 9 people that I get here is pretty tough. It is pretty tough. All right. Man, this is tough. All right, I think I got it here. All right, I think I got it. All right, let's go. 51 days until kickoff. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, I did it. I got my top 25 and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 honorable mentions. All right, there we go. I wonder if this is one that I just record, like while we're on live, then I could just do the editing up after that. But I know that if I do that, then there might be some people who don't go and watch the video because they already saw it live. That's the downfall. That's the downfall. So actually, yeah, maybe we'll do the IDP. Maybe we'll get another division for the IDP depth chart breakdown. Johnny in the house. What up, bro? Man, NCAA getting crazy. So I started a dynasty with San Diego State. Man, team sucks. But I think I'm 3-0 right now. Lucky they're playing a shitty conference. So I had some shitty opponents so far. But yeah, man, San Diego State. Only going to be able to get like 2-star recruits. All right. What up, Stu? Stu commenting on Patreon, said working from home today. He said working in quotes. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Doe said he's in. Let's go. Let's see how many spots we have here. I don't know why. Someone said they paid over here. Oh, there it is. Need to refresh. All right, we got a couple spots left in one of the Superflex dynasties. That's starting right now. We got 3 people left that have to pay. We'll give them a few hours. Okay. Let's get over. Let's see how many open spots we got in today's draft. Today's draft is the number 85 division. It is the Airheads division. Classic movie. We got 7 spots left as of now. 7 spots left. Hey, Marco from the future. Salute. What up, Marco? Yeah, so we got 7 spots left for today's draft. Our man, the Doe, just joined. And Doe, I know you said that these are like way different than any kind of drafts that you're used to, any kind of drafts that you've been in before. After getting a couple of these drafts under your belt, how are you thinking? What are you thinking about it? Give me your feedback. I know you're joining another one, so I'm assuming the feedback's going to be good, but let's hear it. And Stu said, how icky is Austin Eckler this year in PPR Dynasty? I mean, PPR Dynasty, I mean, you're getting him like basically free, right? Compared to like what you've had to pay for him in the previous years. So, I mean, that's the only thing that's not icky about him is, I mean, shit, he's like a 9th, 10th, 11th round, type of guy. Outside of that, man, I get real nervous. I mean, his value's drastically dropped. Value is drastically dropped for anyone who's had him for, more than this year. So he's one of those guys that's like you got to sell when the you got to strike while the iron's hot and sell. He has any good games, you just try to kind of take that as an opportunity to put him on the block and potentially sell. Washington, I mean, they should, in theory, they should be able to, run the ball if Jaden Daniels ends up being, that running guy. Yeah, see, look at that. Stu said I snagged him at the 1209. I mean, for an offensive guy, I mean, that's like free. I mean, we're already talking bench players at that point. So very little risk, So, I mean, I'm okay with it. But his value, I feel like it could go up during the season. But then, after the season's over, it's going to go back down again. So that's one of those things to where, yeah, I mean, you draft him as a bench guy and treat him like a bench guy. Maybe someone who gets in the flex here and there. Not too shabby. I'm just nervous about him in general, having RB2 performances on any kind of regular basis. And sometimes RB2s literally suck with the amount of points. Let's just say 10 plus points. How about that on a regular basis? All right. What else we got, guys? What else we got? I think I'll start setting up the IDP depth chart breakdown just so we're ready. All right, I'm going to do a better job of responding to our Patreon chat over here and getting in the mix. What up, Tino? And I was talking about how I started my dynasty mode and an NCAA, and I just started it with San Diego State. Let's see how a 2-star, school amongst there would do. Luckily, I had a couple easy games in the beginning. I mean, Cal wasn't that easy, but we took him to the brink and we scored and won at the end. But man, nothing but 2-star recruits for San Diego State. It's the same for San Jose State when you do a dynasty with them, right? Aren't they also one of the 2-star schools on NCAA? And so funny, man. I don't know if you guys have been seeing like the social media around some of the 2K games, but man, I swear people are just gonna get famous by breaking their shit. And maybe not get famous by breaking their shit, but how about maintain their fame and get more people following them just based on them wrecking their controller, wrecking their setups, wrecking everything. Tino said, I'm not even sure if we have a star. You got to be either. I don't even think there was any 1-star teams. I don't know. Maybe there was, and maybe I was. Well, actually, you know what? I guess I was on the road to glory where I didn't see any 1-star teams. Joe said, it's crazy. He said, makes you want to keep doing more. He said, the rankings on Sleeper are way different than other apps I draft on. He said, learning about IDP is what I always wanted to sharpen up on. Nice. Yeah, and I feel like, so, yeah, the ADP is definitely going to be different on Sleeper, but it's because, like, mock drafts and real drafts, they've been happening on Sleeper since, like, February. So I think they just have way more information on 2024 drafts versus any of the other apps. And for sure, we're one of the communities that's shaping up that ADP. I mean, we've done hundreds and hundreds of drafts just this offseason alone. Dustin never played in best ball. Didn't know what it was until I started watching a year ago. Nice. Yeah, and this is a super fun tournament. And the thing that I like about best ball is it's practice. I mean, we got to get into the habit of our drafts, and so it's practice in that sense, but we got money on the line. We got lots of prizes on the line. So like you'll see people doing like crazy shit in mock drafts. Like no one's doing crazy stupid shit in our best ball drafts. Like crazy shit, yeah, but not crazy stupid shit, just as like super practice. Chance I can only name 2 NFL players from San Jose State, Dwight Lowry and James Jones. They were okay. Man, James Jones is dope. I won a championship with James Jones. He was super flex. Well, not super flex. He was my awesome flex guy in 2012, picked up off the waiver wire. So both only went to San Jose State because they smoked too much weed. Hey. That one choked me up.
Smoke weed every day.
Salute to them. Dose said, but I think it's getting me in place to destroy my home league, like giving me the upper hand. Yeah, and I mean, the reason why I feel that's true for literally everybody in this best ball tournament is because you got to get the reps. You got to get the draft reps. You got to learn what the consensus is on a lot of these players. Like obviously if it's people who aren't paying attention, like right this second, you can't really gauge what's the consensus to them. But if you keep doing these drafts, which I know most people are all the way until the end of August, you're going to get the gauge on like how the consensus changes on players as we hit redraft, because there's going to be players who like right now we're kind of drafting down here, but like they're going to get spikes from like the fantasy footballers, Matthew Berry, just all these random fantasy football like outlets. They're going to start making their my guys. Like that's always huge for fantasy footballers, is they're my guys. And once they put their my guys on the map, like those guys start getting drafted like 2 to 3 rounds higher because all the redraft fucks have came in and kind of messed up the ADP. So we just have a pulse on fantasy football like nobody else here. People could say they got a pulse on what's going on, but unless you're knee deep in the trenches, you have no idea what the pulse of fantasy football is. Marco said, I'm going to win anyways with my team in necessary roughness. Is that the team where you don't even have enough offensive guys? I know one of your teams you autoed and you got screwed on your last your last flex guy or whatever, and yeah. But yeah, I remember watching a show recently where someone was saying they were comparing Bijan and Breece Hall. And one person was saying, yeah, you'll be able to get Breece Hall, somewhere in like the second or the third round. And I put in a comment, like, all three of those guys are going in the first round now, maybe early second. But what come redraft time, all three of those, because those are the only three running backs worth drafting in the first round. Like, all of those guys are going to go in the first round. But when you're not drafting all the time like us, like you literally don't even have a pulse on the ADP values. And I know there's so many like underdog ADP. That shit's hella goofy, because like there's people doing like super crazy shit like over there. But yeah, ESPN ADP, Yahoo ADP. Like, come on, they haven't even set their ADPs yet. Like, all their shit is probably based off of like last year. And Marco said, yes, it is 9 offensive players, no second QB. But the IDP is gold, according to you. Man, I remember, I don't remember all of that team, but I remember like your team started going so heavy on IDP. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, the starting IDP lineup that you had. I can't really remember the bench. Whew. All right. Let me see. So what divisions have we done for the IDP ADP? Oh, and shout out to everybody who helped us reach 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. And shout out to everyone who's helped us reach 200,000 views in the last month on YouTube. That is that's a career high for us. 200,000 views in the last month, and 180 subscribers in the last month. Salute. Like, we've gotten more subscribers in the last month than some of these fantasy platforms that have been doing this for years. So I like it. What up, Albert? What's going down, bro? Angelos, I can't wait for the California trip to see the whole family and the wife's grandparents leaving Friday. Nice. Glad you got power back. Glad you still get to go on a little vacation. And did you ever find out where you're going? You said you're going to the outskirts of San Diego. Did you ever find out what city specifically that you're going to? Tina said Zeke, A-Rod, Diggs about to skyrocket in a few weeks. Zeke for sure. Diggs probably. And Aaron Rodgers, like, when like his value's staying down right now, I feel, because like he's still, we kind of heard the bullshit about his Achilles for a little bit, and like we see like, there was a time where it looked like he sat down and was like kind of massaging his Achilles. But yeah, once we actually see him in training camp and we see just a couple throws, from him, his value is going to go way up for sure. But I do like that he's old.
Simmons is old.
Because that might keep some people from still trying to draft him. But in redraft, nobody really thinks about the age, So, I mean, that's not... Age is not going to be a thing when it comes to all the redraft people coming in. Angela said they already have a whole schedule planned out the whole trip, so I'm not going to mess that up. He said, I'm just following along, but I can ask my wife where we're going. Well, no, I was just, because you said you didn't know. You said San Diego, but you said it was like somewhere in the outskirts, of it. That's what I was saying. Or is it just in San Diego, somewhere out in the boonies, though? But yeah, I know like Ramona, that's like a city that's not in San Diego, but it's like, I think in San Diego County, but it's like got to go up to like the mountains kind of to like go get there. What else? Fallbrook and Carlsbad, like places like that. Like those are like in San Diego County, but it's like north of like the city of San Diego. Hey, what up, Derek? Salute. This shit is super funny. So I have my podcast, the audio version of the podcast. There's this company that like looks for like advertisers and stuff. And super funny. Like it's like I was just talking shit about Yahoo and ESPN. And I got a text message that says Yahoo Fantasy Football has expressed interest in your podcast or is looking at shows like yours. So must be looking for just some fantasy places to potentially advertise. That'd be cool to get some Yahoo money. I wouldn't talk shit about them. Derek said Adam Schefter reports the charges of underage gambling and computer fraud against Keyshawn Butte have been dropped. Okay. Damn, so he wasn't 21? See, how come Butte has to go through this whole thing? Has to prove he's not guilty. Underage gambling, computer fraud. And Shohei, he's just free to get interpreters to just do anything for him. Derek, that college game, it's not that bad. I got Madden also, though. I don't know when Madden comes out, but we'll I think college. Shut the fuck up, Marco. The best thing about San Diego is the highway to LA. Yeah, I'm going to LA twice over the next like month to month and a half, and I won't be swinging by San Diego. So there's more for me to do in LA than in San Diego. That's for sure. Tino says training camp started yet? No, it's like week and a half to 2 weeks. Let me see. When does NFL training camp start? Let's see here. Let's see. NFL is all the trading, all the dates and locations. 7/23. Woo! Let's see. Whoa, Baltimore 7/13. Whoa. The rookies have already reported to some of these places. Hold on. Let's see. Ravens rookies have reported. Let's see. Today's the 16th. The Niners rookies are reporting. The Giants rookies are reporting. New Orleans, Miami, Chargers, Chiefs, Bears, Bills. All the rookies are reporting today for those teams. Tomorrow, Broncos, Packers, Texans. Oh, shit. Texans are bringing in everybody. So Texans, their training camp is starting in full as of tomorrow. But they do have the Hall of Fame game, though, as well. So that's got to be a reason why. Training camp's upon us, man. All the rookies are reporting sometime this week. No, all teams don't start training camp at the same time. No, but very close to each other, all within the same week of each other. I see a headline saying Texans start tomorrow. That's why I ask. Yep, Texans are the only ones whose rookies and veterans are reporting on the same day. Do you know the instrument, the bassoon? Feel like I've heard of it. No idea what it would be. Said there got to be some Caleb footage somewhere. Angelo, you'd be surprised how we got our power on. How'd you get it back on? How'd you get it back on? When do the Cowboys start? Let's see. Cowboys. Oh, great. Okay, so Cowboys, I don't and actually they're not the only. Well, I see. Are they the only one? Nah, Falcons doing the same thing. Pittsburgh doing the same thing. So maybe the latest that training camp can start for your team is the 24th for like veterans and rookies reporting. Most teams have the rookies reporting before veterans. Cowboys, they're going to be in Oxnard, California. And they are going to be reporting on the 24th, rookies and veterans. Yeah. So some teams started sending their rookies as of the 13th. That's what the Ravens did. And then some teams won't be reporting until the 24th. Looks like most veterans are reporting between the 19th and the 24th. So that's real 19th and the 24th. I mean, that's when we can say training camps like officially starting on the 24th. That's when every single team is going to be in training camp. Where is Oxnard? Let me see. Oxnard is south of Ventura, south of Santa Barbara. And it looks like, I mean, I think, is that LA? Would that be in LA County? Nah, not in LA. Actually, I don't know. I wonder if that's in LA County District. Nah, it's not. It's not Malibu. I mean, it's north of Malibu and all the beaches. But like, looks pretty far north. It looks closer to Santa Barbara than it does to Malibu. Honestly. Let's see. What did Stu say over here? Where is it? Stu said Jordan Addison, ADPFX, or Jordan Addison Driving School, ADPFX. He was already going pretty low. Let's go see where he is right now. I'm curious where he is in the ADPs. Let's go check. And his ADP right now is 78. So what's that? That's like fifth, sixth, like seventh round. Maybe he'll drop to the 8th or 9th, maybe. But like, I don't know. He's not going to get suspended. He's not going to get suspended. I'm guessing they hit the beach houses for the players. No, it is. They said they're staying at a Marriott. And Joe says 70-year-old woman died in our complex. And news came. Then an hour later, power was on. Damn. Fuck, dude. That sucks, man. That sucks. I mean, luckily it was nobody in your family. But yeah, dude, that's fucked up, man. It took someone dying for you guys to get power on. What the fuck? What the fuck? And then all of a sudden, just like that quick, they're over there to fucking fix the power. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Tina said, bro, from Malibu to Monterey, if you're sitting next to the ocean, it's rich. Yeah, for sure. I mean, go even farther down. Go, farther down into the OC and all. I mean, shit, most of the places in San Diego, like if you live in La Jolla or PB or like anything by the water, like you're talking buku dollars. Maybe and I feel like even all the way down to Imperial Beach. I mean, Imperial Beach is kind of ghetto, but I bet even beach houses there go for buku. Santa Cruz kind of fucks it up, and then it gets rich again. And San Francisco, yeah. Yeah, that's fucked up, right, Tino? Yeah, he didn't have power because of all the hurricanes and shit that were going on in all the hurricanes that were going on in Houston. That's where he was at, and they lost power and shit for what, like a week? Fuck, like a week or something? Like, yeah, that shit's crazy. Like the times that I remember losing power, like even when it was like half a day, it's like, man, motherfuckers, like, couldn't get ice anywhere. I mean, this was, yeah, I'm trying to think of like what year. I think I was working at Verizon, so it had to be like 2011 or like something like that. And yeah, and I remember it was crazy, man, because like the whole power was out pretty much in the entire city, and like it sucked just being at stoplights. It sucked just being at stoplights, and everybody was coming. I worked at Verizon. We lost power, but we were selling. We pretty much like all the car chargers and shit. Like we had those for sale, and we just took cash, like for them, and then we like punched it all in the next day. And just my wife city lives in Valley Center, but the house we're staying at's in Oceanside. Okay. Right? That poor lady. That's fucked up, man. So check out Oceanside's Taco Bell, Angelo. They sell liquor there. You can get a tequila Baja Blast. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Man. And an Oceanside alum, Junior Seau. Salute. RIP. All right, let me see here. What division should we do for this IDP divisional depth chart breakdown? So let's see. We've done. Dang, so we only got 2 options? Yeah, we only got 2 options. So I've done. Let's see. What have we done? We've done the NFC East, the NFC West, and the NFC North. So we got the NFC South available. Okay, we got the NFC South or the AFC East. Which one do you think we should do? Or should we just knock both of them out? Get this shit over with. NFC Beast. That was the first one that we did. Tino, we did them first. We did those motherfuckers first. And Tim said, did I miss it? I swear you were here. I swear you were here. I swear you chimed in. Let's see what Stu say. How likely are we to see Sam Howell and Justin Fields taking over the starting job? Fields, I really don't think that he's going to get the job unless Russ gets hurt. Same thing with Sam Howell. Like, Gino's been doing too good for the last couple years with this team to just like not let him continue. Like, I feel like he'd have to come out really, really bad. And same thing with Russ. Like, I mean, look at how much they're paying him compared to playing Fields. And like, look at the teams that Mike Tomlin has won 8 or 9 games with. And like, I really feel like Russ, like they're, I mean, they made the playoffs with Kenny Pickett last year, for Christ's sakes. Like, I feel like the trajectory can really only go up, like for the Steelers, even with Russ Wilson there. And they got Fields for like nothing right now. Like, they're paying him nothing pretty much. And like, didn't cost much to acquire him. And I really feel like it's them building for the future potentially, because like, he's not going to be a starter. He's not going to warrant, like, look at like Mitch Trubisky, like, for example, like he's not getting paid like any kind of money, He's not getting paid any kind of money being a backup. Like Fields, like, what if he's like a career backup for like some of these guys, the guys who are kind of mobile QBs. All right. I like your style, Tino. Let's just do both of them. Knock them out. And we'll do let's do the AFC East first. We got the Bills. We got the Dolphins. We got those goddamn Jets. What up, Bakes? We're about to knock out some IDP depth chart stuff. And then we got the Patriots. Patriots are going to be interesting. All right. What up, Brian? He said, would you send Hurts for JJ, Dynasty, Superflex, other QBs, or Dak, Goff, Russ, Penix? If it's a 1-for-1, I would do it. Makes me a little bit nervous, though. I think I value Hurts a little bit higher than JJ. I'm sure whoever has JJ values JJ even higher. But yeah, I think I would. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, this other stuff out of the way. I got 2 screens. I want to get one more screen for my computer. Then I feel like I'd be, feel like I'm really set up at that point. All right. Smoke a little Bolski. And then we'll get into the AFC West. What's everybody smoking on right now? And Stu said, I mean, if Seattle and Pittsburgh suck this year. Well, I guess I don't know why Seattle would just outright suck. I mean, they didn't really lose a lot of people. They brought in, some other pieces on defense. Didn't really lose any offensive guys. I mean, changing of the guard of the coaches. And Pittsburgh never sucks. Like, that's just one of the, Pittsburgh never sucks. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, and he's been coaching since 2007, 2008, and he's never had a losing season. And he look at the QBs. Remember the whole remember when they were rocking 4th string quarterbacks and they were still winning enough to not have a losing season? So yeah, I don't see a world where Russ or Gino get benched because their team is sucking. I just don't see that happening because look at teams like the Panthers and shit last year. Even though you suck so much, it's you're gonna keep rolling with who you're rolling with. And Sam Howell, I mean, come on, he's nothing special. And Fields, I mean, he's nothing special. He's nothing. So that's why. All right. Okay. Oh man, today might be a dispensary trip. Keep trying to make this tree last a week. I keep getting close, but I guess it could last the week, but I'm also not trying not to smoke. Marco said never had a losing season because he never got caught cheating. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What are you inferring with that, Marco? Is he gonna get caught cheating pretty soon? I know you're always giving us stuff from the future. Give me the intel, Marco. All right. Here we go. Tina said, I think Tomlin gets Fields to start eventually, but his hope, not this season, maybe next year. Russ is on his way out. Well, let's see how many years Russ has on his contract left. Yeah, it's just a 1-year deal. Oh, wait. It's because he got released, right? But yeah. I mean, he's still just on that 1-year deal. Guess we'll see. All right. Yeah, I forgot Russ got released and he got that hella bag. Hell of a bag from Denver. Yeah, Toyota One Steelers defense gives them winning records. Curious to see what they do with the 2 QB situation. I feel like it's Russ all the way. I feel like there's no way it's not Russ all the way. Like, we're talking about a Super Bowl winning quarterback, 10-year veteran in the NFL, who has been a little bitch over the last, 2 years. But come on, man. Like, Fields can't even shine like Russ's shoes, like, as far as, like, them actually having, like, quarterback skill. I mean, we just got to be real. All right. One more bowl, and then we're going to get into the Bills. So we'll go Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots in that order. Yep. Worst Tomlinson team he ever had was a 500 season. Yep. 8-8. It's the worst he's ever been. Even now, to be above 500, you got to win 9 games. You win 8 games, that's a losing season. They made the playoffs last year somehow. Rumor about Fields is that he wasn't a team leader. I think Tomlin wants him to see Russ. Man, see, and that's weird because, like, Russ has been known as the opposite of a team leader, like, for the last couple years, right? Specifically the last couple years, but apparently his entire career. All these people coming out the woodworks talking mad shit about Russ Wilson. But yeah, Tomlin, they just keep winning somehow. They just keep winning. Oh, speaking of winning, did you see that Skip Bayless is leaving FS1? We talked about it yesterday, but I don't know if there's some people here who weren't here yesterday to hear that. Woo! I wouldn't say Russ isn't a team leader. I would say you over the top with it and comes off fake and said, and he loses the team. Okay. How about if I could do push-ups on a plane? Okay. Here we go. Let's get down to business. What up? It is Alex, the Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you, and we are bringing you another episode of our IDP Divisional Depth Chart Breakdown. We are breaking down the AFC East, and we are starting with the Bills. I go position by position. Let's start with the defensive linemen. Pretty ugly over here. I mean, we had high hopes for Greg Russo once upon a time. I don't know if we're ever going to get a breakout year from him. He's just very decent to mediocre, somewhere in the middle there, pretty much all the time. Ed Oliver and Dequan Jones, I mean, those guys were randomly good fill-ins, like during bye weeks last year. So I'm not saying draft them, but just make sure that they're on your radar over there. The real boss hog over here for the Bills is Terrell Bernard. Should be drafted as a top 5 IDP. If people know what they're doing, they're drafting him there. A lot of people might not know him. He's not a household name, but killed it last year. Matt Milano. I feel like more people know about Matt Milano. He's just getting old.
Simmons is old.
He's just old, not really worth drafting. At the strong safety position, we got no Jordan Poyer. It's different over here. We got Taylor Rapp, who was the backup last year. And I wonder if they brought him over here knowing that Jordan Poyer probably wasn't going to be here another season. And I would get Taylor Rapp. You're getting him super late, pretty much free. He's going to rack up the tackles. Someone who kind of came on last year, Teron Johnson, their nickelback. Someone who racks up the tackles for sure. And those would be the 2 DBs that I would be targeting. Rasul Douglas, Mike Edwards at the free safety position, not really. Not I want a higher upside than that. But Taylor Rapp and Teron Johnson, I mean, you want to go cheap with some DBs. There's 2 DBs that you can get really late just on this team alone. But yeah, Terrell Bernard, to the moon, baby, to the moon. All right, there goes the Bills. Marco said, but every streak eventually comes to an end, just like the year Germany something. Munich didn't win the championship for the first time in 11 years. I mean, Tomlin's been doing this for longer than 11 years. So I don't, with worse quarterbacks. So yeah, when it happens, it happens. But I'm not going to be the type of person who's like, oh yeah, this is going to happen because it's just time. No. Greg has to do it this year. I don't think the Bills will have the DN rotation anymore. Yeah, if he doesn't do it this year, I mean, they might as well get rid of him. Big said Russ feels to me like he's full of himself, sits next to third string players or by himself at the lunch table in Denver. Apparently he only talks about rich people problems to show off. Maybe, I don't know. I wish we could hear some of the behind the scenes stuff with these guys. All right, here we go with the Dolphins. Let's jump over to the Dolphins here and getting into their D linemen. Zach Seiler and Calais Campbell is over there now. Calais Campbell always seems like maybe he's not a guy worth drafting, but he's a guy worth picking up randomly. And yeah, he gets to the quarterback. Zach Seiler, he was a good fill-in last year on some bye weeks, but that's about it. Jalen Phillips really kind of sucks. He got hurt last year. I believe it was either a torn ACL or a torn Achilles, one of the two. Didn't look good. I mean, he's penciled in as their starter as of now. Let's see if he's going to actually miss any time, like towards the beginning of the season. Their interior linebackers, David Long Jr., he's been a solid, flex IDP option. I don't know if I'd be drafting him, but someone that you could probably pick up off of waivers on some bye week fill-ins. Anthony Walker Jr. and Jordan Brooks. So I thought that Jordan Brooks was just going to be penciled in as a starter, but Anthony Walker Jr., they got him above right now. And we'll see if Jalen Phillips doesn't play, maybe we get some guys moving over, Bradley Chubb, another guy who got hurt last year. He was on a tear. I don't know if he's going to start the beginning of the season, but they also got Shaq Barrett over there. They got Chop Robinson as well. So they're going to have a nice little rotation of guys, either way, who are going to be playing the exterior linebacker positions. I do like their safeties over here. Javon Holland, they moved him from strong safety to free safety because of Jordan Poyer. Hopefully it still leads to a lot of tackles, but we liked Holland when he got up in the box. That kind of just changes things. And Jordan Poyer, though, no matter where he goes, he's going to be grabbing. He's solid. Just no matter what, he's a guy who's going to rack up points. He always has. I feel like until he can't run from sideline to sideline, he's going to be a guy just getting tackles. And then I don't know how to pronounce his name, but their nickelback, Kader Kohu. he just gets a lot of tackles. He's out there a lot. He's a sure tackler. I mean, there were games where he was in the double-digit tackles. I would just, he's a guy who you put on your watch list. Like, really, I don't want anybody here. Like Tino just said it. I think the only guy I'd grab on this team would be Poyer. I'm kind of feeling the same. You got a lot of question marks with a lot of these guys. I feel like I wouldn't draft them, and I would just, be watching these guys in the first couple games to see what happens. And that's all I got to say about that. Two teams down. We're going to do 8 teams total. All right. No time to process. Let's just get into the next one. And here we go with those goddamn Jets. Shout out to Big Daddy. On the line, Jermaine Johnson. Again, I'm nervous about him because are we finally going to get the breakout year? I mean, we've been waiting for it. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm not going to draft him. Quinnen Williams, though, he's someone that I'll draft. He gets a lot of tackles. He gets to the quarterback. I mean, for anyone who watched the Jets when they were on Hard Knocks, I mean, he only has more skill and talent and better footwork this year than last. He's a beast. He gets to the quarterback like on demand. Hassan Reddick, I'm a little bit nervous about drafting him. I feel like he is going to be splitting a lot of time like over there, and even if not splitting, but Will McDonald, I know they really like him over there. So, I'm probably not going after a guy like Reddick. For their linebackers, though, CJ Mosley and Quincy Williams killing it. I think everybody would rather have Quincy Williams a little bit more than CJ Mosley. Quincy just has a nose for the ball and gets hella tackles. Now in their DB spots, I know that most people know that Sauce Gardner is one of the best DBs in the league. If you play, or one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but if you play an IDP 1-2-3, he's not like amazing for IDP 1-2-3. I would just let somebody else like draft him. Their safeties, Chuck Clark, Tony Adams. I mean, I know the strong safety has done pretty good for a while on the Jets, just randomly. Probably not worth drafting, though. I mean, Chuck Clark, we know a little bit of his history. It was Ashton Davis last year, and he did okay. But yeah, there's not really too many people that I want as in the DB spots for the Jets. I would rather have their linebackers and their linemen if I'm going to be drafting. The guys who are drafting Quincy Williams, CJ Mosley, Quinnen Williams, for sure. Those would be the guys that I'd be targeting. And there's a few other guys, like I said, along the way who might be interested in getting. All right. 3 teams down. And now to the ugliest team that may have the most amount of players that we want to get. All right, let's pack another bowl. All right, you know what? Let's just finish the Patriots and we'll pack a bowl in between those ones. All right, here we go. And last but not least, the ugly Patriots over here. Their offense should suck. So if they do, that means we're going to like their defensive players even that much more better. I don't really like anybody on their line. So we're not even going to talk about their line. Those guys are good for like NFL. They're not good for fantasy and stat padding. Their interior linebackers, that's who I'd be going for. Tavai, they just gave him in the bag. And then Juwan Bentley, those are going to be the guys. They rack up hella tackles over there. Matt Judon, I mean, I know he goes in spurts, so I don't know if I'm going to be drafting him. He's more of like a bye week fill-in like type of guy. Kyle Duggar, Jabril Peppers, their strong safety, their free safety. I mean, those are the guys who are going to be racking up the tackles over there for sure. And then Christian Speedy Gonzalez, if he could stay healthy, like he started off real hot last year and then he got hurt. And so we didn't get to see him play out the rest of his rookie year. But the way that they were using him as kind of a hybrid corner, linebacker, safety. Like, they had him all over the field. It was interesting to see. He was getting a lot of tackles because of it. Let's see if they do the same type of things this year with them. It would be awesome to see. And then Marcus Jones, he's the only other DB that not the only other, but there's like 4 DBs that I'd kind of get here. But Marcus Jones would be the other DB, and he would be their nickelback. He gets a lot of tackles. He's probably, I don't even know if I'm drafting him actually now that I'm talking about it. He's more of just like a bye week, like fill-in type of guy. But I feel like he's consistent enough, like has a good enough floor to where during some of these bye weeks, he's someone you can definitely get to fill in. All right. And that is it for our AFC East IDP divisional depth chart breakdown. Make sure that you go join our 420 community, 420 fantasy community at 420crew.com. You can get fantasy advice over there. You can, and it's from me. You can get league. You can get into a bunch of leagues over there. A lot of reasons why you want to join the community. And I'm going to shout out the producers of this show. And that's another perk that you get by being signed up. All of our 420 crew members, our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members, our ultimate members. We appreciate you guys. Salute. And we will see you for the NFC South very shortly. And we're still here live, guys. We're still here live. And Marco said, trying to remember which told me to drop Duggar. Wonder who that was. Yeah, but who were the other options? Because Duggar did okay last year, but he didn't do amazing. And you guys don't have enough spots. Tino said, who was the Jets standout linebacker, Mosley or Williams? Quincy scored higher last year. Christian Gonzalez was drafted hella high, too. He said, it's high draft capital. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. They really like what he can do over there. That's for sure. And, yeah, what's his name? Jared Mayo. Let's see if he schemes the right way. All right. Let's smoke some weed. All right. Then we're going to get into the NFC South. And then we're done with the IDP divisional depth chart breakdown. We would have gotten through all 8. And there we go. And then that'll be perfect. We get through all 8 of those. I already created my top 25. I finished it today, like on the show, like at the beginning when we were kind of slow. Tina said, who gets the number 1 pick next season? Panthers again? Panthers again? Like, they really made no moves to, like, I mean, I know their defense, Josie Jewell, but Josie Jewell's only one man. Jonathan Moxon's only one man. And they lost multiple guys, like, on defense. I'll take the Titans. There we go. I mean, those would probably be the 2 teams that would be competing for the AFC and the NFC for the number 1 pick. I'm with you on that one, Tino, for sure. Both have very blah QBs. The defenses, I know Josie Jewell is going to be like a shining star, like over there, but you lost multiple pieces for the Panthers, and then the Titans. I mean, I know they lost multiple pieces for the Titans defense. Their defense might still be good, but they lost pieces. And come on, man, I've never been sold on Levi's. Don't remember who the other option was. All I remember is he had a fire game in our league after I drop him around 35 points. Bro, that's why you got to tell him, like, get out, like, this keeper league bullshit, man. It needs to be a dynasty already where you don't have to, like, drop guys because you can only hold, like, 8 bench on your IDP or 4 bench or whatever the fuck it is. Like, that's the issue here, Marco. Makes it, I'm going to call him 501. Derek Levi's trash, no cap. He throws the ball deep, hoping someone comes up with it. We talked about that, right? He's like, it's literally like three or 5 step drop, but it's either 1, 2, 3, like turn your head, throw, or it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn your head, throw. It's like he's not even looking. Unless he's got the crazy peripherals, got that crazy peripheral vision, maybe. Toyota one, Levi's more more bust than boom the way he throws, for sure. For sure. It's like he just throws it, chucks it like 1,000,000 feet in the air. And Derek said that is exactly what he does. I know, right? Like, we seen him. I seen it. But his ball be sailing for a long time too, for sure. It's like it's on. Oh man, yep. Toyota one, Hail Marys all day. That's for sure. All right. We're gonna do the AFC South and then we're done. NFC South. Bake said his ceiling is Josh Allen, but his floor is Jameis Winston. His floor is even lower than Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston threw for 5,000 yards and won us some fantasy championships, even though he threw all those interceptions. So we got to have a little bit of respect on Jameis Winston's name. Will Levi's is no Sharon Stone. Okay. Let's see. Who the fuck is in the NFC South? We got the Bucks. We got the Falcons. There we go. We got the Saints. Saints fucking suck for IDP. And we got the Panthers, who also suck for IDP. Minus Josie Jewell. Right? Derek, that'd be great if you had Randy Moss on your team, but you don't, right? Like, man, is he going to have more precision for like Calvin Ridley at all? Or early Fitzpatrick? Yeah. early Fitzpatrick is his ceiling and floor late Fitzpatrick. You know what? I don't like what you're doing here, Bakes, because Ryan Fitzpatrick is the greatest journeyman of all time. He's like fantasy football stud in a couple years. Go back to the Bills, man. I won a championship with Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2010 with the Bills. Him and Stevie Johnson. Man, come on. Put some respect on Ryan Fitzpatrick's name. Ryan Fitzpatrick was a Harvard alum. He scored perfect on those, whatever the hell that fucking random test is. Yeah, man. Come on. We don't like Levi's. Like, compare him to someone shitty. Like, his ceiling is like, his ceiling's like Ryan Tannehill every year except that one year that he was good with AJ Brown. I'm saying Fitzpatrick the shit out of that and said got a lot. I understand. I'm just saying, like, we got to compare him to someone that we hate because I don't like him. I hate him. Fitzpatrick was so fucking awesome for us for so many random times. Remember when he was on Houston? Awesome. Remember when he was with the Jets? Awesome. Remember those couple games when he was with the Bucks? Awesome. Looking at the Bucks, and man, there's a lot of trash on the Bucks right now. Their team, like, it changes a lot. And really was only losing 2 players. Why do you hate Willie Mays? Because he takes a 3-step drop and he goes like this. 1, 2, 3, turns his head, throws it up in the air like 1,000,000 feet. Want to see what happens when he takes a 5-step drop? He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goes back, and then turns his head and then boom, throws it 1,000,000 feet in the air. Like, that's all he does. That's like his only move. And like, come on, how can we get behind that? How can we get behind that? And even Willie Mays Hayes, man, plays like Mays, runs like Hayes. Come on, man. When he stole second base in that playoff game, when everybody knew that he was going and he was safe. Come on, that was huge. It's the no-look pass all the kids are doing. No. When Patrick Mahomes does the no-look pass, it looks clean. It looks hella clean. When Will Levi's does it, man. And I know you're joking, Toyota One. I'm just saying. When Levi's does it, that shit looks ugly, man. It looks ugly. And it really does look, he's like just chucking it like hella feet, like in the air. It just goes so high. It goes so high that the wind makes it sail like even more. All right, finish this bowl. And then we're going to get over to the Yucks, then the Falcons, then the Saints, then the Panthers. Wherever you guys are watching from, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Here we go. What up? What up? It is Alex, the Fantasy Football Hustler, and we are back at you for the last installment of the IDP Divisional Depth Chart Breakdown. We are breaking down the NFC South. Go back and watch all the other videos. Quality stuff. I always break it down from position to position. We'll start at the linemen over here for the Bucks. I don't like any of them. I don't want any of them. Vita Vea's a random fill-in. Logan Hall, it's kind of a failed experiment. Let's get over to the linebackers, though. Levante David, an oldie but a goodie. He takes a licking, but he keeps on ticking. I'm getting him. He's like the number 2 guy that I want off of this team here. KJ Britt replacing Devin White. He did okay in a couple games that he played last year. He could be someone who we pick up during the. He could be someone that we pick up as a free agent. And I won't be mad at it, but I'm not going to be drafting him. There's probably no reason. But you know a guy that I will be drafting when we get over to the DBs, Antoine Winfield Jr. He is the best free safety in the game. He's a ball hawk, gets hella tackles, always on the field. He's coming from lineage. There's nothing that's all I got to say about that. Winfield and Levante David. That is it. You don't really want anybody else on this team as drafting wise anyways. Big said he's got arm talent and grit. He said that's a clay you can mold into something good with practice. He's thrown in after Tannehill sucked. Yeah, after I don't know. You just got like, when have the Titans QBs like really like been a thing? Like maybe they have some type of QB curse like since Vince Young or something, I don't fucking know. But like outside of that 1 year with Ryan Tannehill and AJ Brown, like, we haven't really wanted any kind of Titans QBs. And I know a lot of it's because of Derrick Henry, because of the run game, but I don't see it, man. I don't want Levi's. He's like number 31. Like out of all my QBs, if I was ranking them. Yeah, Tina said decision making is the most crucial QB talent for sure, and that's not really something that you can measure, like with we have to see it, like we see it. That's why he said, He said. Who? Dabby is someone I feel great in there. JJ Russell, sleeper in Tampa. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's up with yeah Bakes. He'll be on my watch list now. Now that you said that. Tina said Mahomes not the most accurate nor the hardest thrower. He makes great decisions on the fly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look at Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady, like I'd say more accurate than like a deep ball thrower. But like, yeah, I mean, just decision making for sure. Like, I mean, Joe Montana. It was funny, like Brett Favre. He might have had the strongest arm. Decision making was not his best quality. That's why he leads the fucking NFL, like gonna lead the NFL forever in interceptions. Like QBs won't even give a shot, like won't even be given a long enough leash to be able to throw that many INTs. Okay, here we go. Let's jump over here to the Atlanta Falcons. They got guys sprinkled in all over the place that you might be able to to put in your lineups at random times. Let's start with the linemen here. Kind of all three of them would just like be like watch list guys to me, because the cream does always rise to the top with these linemen when it comes to the Falcons. Onyemata had a couple games where he was like a really good fill-in. Zach Harrison, I mean, not really so much. Grady Jarrett, we'll see. He always has random good games when it's like big bye weeks. Ebikete, when it comes to the linebackers, he's someone who is on everyone's radar. He's on the come up. He's probably getting drafted a little bit too early for me. I think I'd rather have Troy Anderson. Him and Caden Ellis were pretty solid, especially when you're getting them off of waiver wires in most redraft leagues. But Troy Anderson would be the guy who I'd want. Lorenzo Carter, yeah, he's a watch list type of guy. AJ Terrell, for someone who just got to shout him out first, because one other DB who's going to be drafted way earlier than him. But he is like, I mean, I don't even know if sleeper is the right word because he's been around for like a while, but he's just someone that you can draft super, super late, who's always going to get a bunch of tackles. He always does. He usually keeps a 10-point floor out there. But the guy who everyone is going to be targeting is going to be Jesse Bates. Like, he's going to be the number one DB going off the board for IDP more often than not. And he deserves it. He got a lot of tackles. He kind of goes in spurts of, at least when he was with the Bengals, going in spurts of like getting a couple INTs and then like one INT, but just he's a tackling machine. He's got that tackling fuel. And you got to draft him high if you want to get him. That's really the only peeps that I'm messing with over there. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, Falcons in the books. Let's jump over here to the Saints. I think this might be the weakest team IDP wise out of all of them. Cam Jordan, I mean, he's kind of just too hit or miss, and he's old. He's old.
Simmons is old.
Nobody else. I mean, maybe Carl Granderson you might get in a bye week fill-in or whatever. When it comes to the linebackers, Demario Davis, I mean, that's like the one piece like on this entire defense that I'm really drafting with any kind of confidence, because Pete Warner, he sucked for IDP. Willie Gay has sucked for IDP. I don't want either one of those guys. When it comes to the DBs, Jordan Howden, I mean, he's on the come up. You really don't have to draft him, but he's someone young who has a lot of potential. Honey Badger, I feel like he kind of took a step down, like stats wise, as soon as he jumped over here to the Saints. But, if you need a bye week fill in or something, someone you can kind of go for. Alontae Taylor, I mean, maybe in a pinch, they're nickelback, but I wouldn't go for like a Marshawn Lattimore or Paulson Adebo or anything like that. I mean, there was a couple games where Adebo killed it last year, but it wasn't really anything like consistent for like long periods of time. So really, Demario Davis is the only one I want in here. Everybody else, just let your league mates draft them and get someone who sucks, and then they'll be hitting the waiver wire a couple weeks later. Because the New Orleans Saints, they might be one of the weakest IDP, like weakest. They're they're not weak as a whole for NFL. They kind of are for NFL defense, but as of IDP wise, yeah, they just don't got a lot of guys who are super consistent. So we're just kind of avoiding the Saints, except for Demario Davis. All right. One more. Made it through 7 teams. Let's go. The last team over here, the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, they're pretty trash also when it comes to their IDP players. I mean, we lost a bunch of guys like over here. The one guy you want on the line is Derek Brown. Hella tackles. This crazy amount of tackles. I don't know how things are going to change now that Brian Burns is gone, but either way, Derek Brown, he's a tackling fool over there on their D line. You don't want anybody else over there. And then at their linebacker spots, we want Josie Jewell. I'm over Shaq Thompson. Like we're done with him. Do not draft Shaq Thompson. Let someone else draft him. But Josie Jewell, we want him. We want him. At the DB spots, Xavier Woods. Pretty middle of the road. Pretty middle of the road. Jordan Fuller, pretty middle of the road as well. But we do like the strong safeties on the Carolina Panthers from time to time. Troy Hill, I mean, maybe. He had some good years opposite guys like Jalen Ramsey back on the Rams and Nickelback. We love the Nickelbacks especially for teams that get thrown on a lot. Panthers are going to get thrown on a lot because they're DBs, like their cornerbacks or whatever. JC Horn kind of failed experiment over there. So yeah, there you have it. The NFC South, we left this one for the end because the teams are pretty trash, when it comes to the IDP guys that we want. So salute to everybody who made it through all 8 videos. We got our IDP top 25 overall rank coming very, very soon. We're going to shout out the producers of the show. We got our 420 Crew Patreon members, our All Access members, our Elite members, our Superstar members, our Ultimate members. We appreciate you guys. Come back for all of the IDP info here. We also cover offense, but nobody's really covering IDP, so I always have some IDP videos coming out for you. Hit that subscribe button and come join our fantasy community at 420crew.com, 420crew.com. Come get fantasy advice during the season. Get live help during your fantasy drafts. Just look at the tiers, see which one you need to be on to get that. And you could join leagues with us as well. You need some dope leagues to join? I got some dope leagues to join. All right. We will see you guys for the next video. Salute. And we're still here, everybody. We're still live. Woo. All right. Got another bowl or 2 in me. Just knock that out. There we go. Shout out to everyone who's still rocking with us. Been going for an hour and 20. We're rocking on YouTube, on Twitch, on Rumble, and on Facebook. All right. Got another bowl or 2. And it's going to be NCAA time. We're going to go get back at it. What do you think? Should I just go live for the NCAA session? Crispy. What up, Crispy? You missed it. You missed it all, Crispy. Got through 8 teams of IDP. 8 teams of IDP. You'll be able to see it on the replay, though. I'm going to work on getting those edited real quick. And then the top 25 video, that'll be coming soon. I finished the top 25 today, and I got 5 honorable mentions as well. All right. What other type of videos do you guys think we should be getting in the mix here? soon. What do you guys think? I mean, we're always going to be doing the Q&A sessions and stuff, but what's some videos that you guys would like to see me? Might not even happen on a live stream necessarily, like the top 25. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to record that live. Yeah, let me know what kind of content should we be bringing over the next couple weeks. And I'm going to be having a lot of short form stuff. I got to kind of figure out what we're going to do with that. So high, so high, so high. And what do you guys think? Should I get should I go live for the NCAA session?
Right now, this is Mac Miller with my homie Tree J. You know what I'm saying? It's 420. Piff jar, baby. He's getting me fucked up, high as hell. Right now, so much weed in my lungs.
Coaching landing
really
spots is
high.
off season. How
Like
their philosophy will affect the team they're on.
I can't see because I'm so high. Thank you, Tree J, for this ball.
And you're talking offense and defense, or what are you talking about? Offensive coordinators? What do you? Or just both?
Man, you kids got some other stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah,
There we go.
Sound like a weed anthem right here.
Okay, both. Okay.
And if you say I make too many weed songs, I say you don't smoke enough weed.
Guess I got to figure out how I would do that. But let's get high, get high, get high, get high, get high, get high. Breakout teams and teams who are going to fall off. Okay. I feel like I want to do that for players versus whole teams. Like Kellen Moore, Zach Robbins, Antonio Pierce, Arthur Smith. Yeah. Oh, so we're only talking about head coaches, or are we only talking about head coaches? Oh, well, I guess Kellen Moore is not a head coach, so we're talking head coaches, offensive coordinators, and then I don't even know if there's any defensive-minded head coaches that. Well, I mean Antonio Pierce, obviously. Talking besides him. So. Yeah, just throwing shit out there. Players are better. Yeah. But that is good, though. Yeah, potential first-time breakouts. And then, yeah, players that are going to fall off. That knock me in the next week. Okay, big coaching changes, yeah.
You trying to get high with me, travel 30,000 feet into the sky with me, smoke, you feel like you gon' die with me, I got sour kush and all kinds of weed, come fly with me, I can sing, I just.
Alright, what do you guys think? Should I go live for NCAA session?
Never ever gonna sober
I'm
up.
sober
Come
up.
show some love, just smoke my drugs.
Smoke my drugs. Tina said the Jags are tricky this year. Not sure if they're good. Yeah, because it's kind of been like that the last couple years, right? Like they look good because everyone's kind of shit in the conference, but I mean in the division. But now with the Texans like on fire, like yeah, like the Jags, like they don't seem good. Uh-oh, damn it. What happened, Song? He said I made a trade in the number 10 makes me sick to my stomach. He said I must have been high as fuck. Let's see. Where? Dang, what the hell? Oh, I did see this. You traded away the other first. He said I don't remember it. Fuck. Yeah, you got 14th and a 17th. Damn, what the fuck? Damn. This doesn't even make sense. He got a 1703. You got a 1704, 1409. I mean, damn. It's like all this for a 14th rounder. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Damn it. And when I saw it, I mean, I think the first thing that I thought was like, oh man, Song's trading away a first rounder. Is he gonna want to pay for that? Damn, if you would have traded your first, you could have got out of it. Said Seattle, Mike McDonald was a defensive hiring. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, see, and even that, like, just having to go through all the QBs. Man, you know what? I need someone to help me. Not with like I could do the research, but I could do the research on the coaches and stuff, but I need like Bakes, Johnny, could you guys combine forces? I could put us all in like a text chat. Maybe you guys could join forces and help me out with a little bit of the information, like what coaches, like literally just give me the list. I'll cover them, because like I guess doing the research on getting all the coaches, that's the part that would take a little bit more time. They think you guys would you guys be down? Yeah, I just need help with the first part of that. No, Bakes. It's one of the new Hustler ones. It's one of the new Hustler startups. Makes you want to do more startup drafts. I got another one filling right now. Someone was there was one person who asked if I was going to start another Superflex IDP. And yeah, I just don't know. Those ones, like, they feel a little bit too slow. It's like the Superflex ones, they feel fast as fuck. Like they're filling every couple days. But there's a Superflex startup going down. There's actually three people who've been, well, actually, I know Jerry Swallows is one of them, so I'm sure he'll pay. He always pays when he's like the last one. But there's two other people in there who haven't really said too much. All right, I'm just gonna go set this up now with you guys. All right, there we go. JG&G was the one. Yeah, you're talking about the first that you sent, right? Yeah, I mean that's what I saw. I was like, oh, it's not his first, and I just pushed it through. Damn. Crispy said, what startup? It's Superflex offense only startup, $30. Pretty much the only ones that I'm starting the rest of the way are $30 Superflex offense only dynasties. And then the rest are all redraft leagues that are going to be filling right now. But yeah, that $30 price point, people, they seem to love it. We will get some more 55s in the future. But you know, we'll get back at that next year when we'll be starting a whole bunch more. Dynasties as well. And I know a couple guys we already talked about potentially having a paying gig like next year. I may have a couple potential paying gigs next year having to do with leagues and commissioning leagues and commissioning part of the best ball tournament and things like that. Yeah, a lot of cool things going on. All right, one more bowl and we're gonna get out of here. What do you think? Should I go live for the NCAA session? Probably gonna get on like an hour or so. Should I go live? I'd like to get a game going. But I know everybody doesn't have it yet. But you guys could see me play some San Diego State games, or I could play. So I created a quarterback, and he's the starter at Michigan already. So that one will be fun. Just going with the powerhouse, see if I can make the QB a powerhouse over there. Johnny said, yeah, go live. So I got the day off. Unfortunately, I don't have it. Yeah, I know it's still so new. And it's still, and you had to buy the deluxe edition, which I justified it because the Madden and NCAA, both games are $70, right? But you could get the deluxe combined edition for $150. So I just felt myself justifying it as $10 extra for 3 days early. Because I don't really know if any of the other shit that you got with the MVP bundle was worth any of it. I mean, it's like cards for like your the creative team or whatever. I don't even know what that shit's called, but the whatever creative team or whatever it is, it's like the card game like shit. That's actually pretty fun. It's got the mini games and stuff and little things that you got to complete. So that's like good practice for different things. And what do you think, Johnny? Should I go? I got 3 things that I could play right now. I got my created player who were at Texas, middle linebacker. I got my created player QB at Michigan that we could play. And then I got my San Diego State dynasty, which I think I'm 3-0 right now. Cal took me to the brink. We got over the hump, though. All right. All right. I think it's time to get out of here. Appreciate you guys rocking. Got to get some of this editing work done, and then we got to get on some NCAA. We got the best ball draft. Don't forget, we got the best ball draft today, 6 p.m. West Coast time. Let me share the link. It's the Airheads division. So go join. John said, I haven't seen the QB. Let's check them out. All right. Sounds good. All right. Peace out, Toyota One. We'll be back on here in about an hour or so for some NCAA action. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, 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 y'all